Hello, everybody. Mr.FrightNight here, and the story today is about the clown. There are many stories about clowns. I'm sure you heard them all. One story I heard as a kid is about a guy who was a party clown who went to birthday parties. Now, this clown always put his makeup on and his clown suit and went to the parties. He had at least three parties a week. I remember one time he went to a party to amuse the kids. He had all kinds of tricks, and he was most popular for his balloon tricks. He made all kinds of different shapes, and the kids loved them. So when the party was done and he returned home, he started to take off his clown suit and his makeup, but it wouldn't come off. The harder he tried, it still didn't come off. He started to panic. Shortly after that, he started to feel strange, and he started having thoughts of killing people. The story goes on, and the next day the killings began. I was about 6 years old when I saw that story, and now I'm terrified of clowns. Well, anyway, I was around 16 years old, and to make extra money, I started to babysit the kids in the neighborhood. One night, I arrived at a house just down the road. It was a family that just moved into the area. They had two kids. They were 8 and 10 years old. Their names were Shane and Tara. I introduced myself to the parents and the kids. Shortly after that, the parents went on their way. So me and the kids started to play games. Then we played hide and seek. After playing a while, it was bedtime. We went upstairs to their bedrooms and I tucked them in. After tucking them in, I went downstairs to the living room and started to watch TV. As I watched, I noticed a clown standing in a corner. It was the size of a human. Even at 16 years old, I was still terrified of clowns. I tried to ignore it and I just kept watching TV. But I couldn't stop glancing at the creepy clown until I couldn't take it anymore. So I grabbed the blanket off the couch and placed it over the clown and continued to watch TV. After a while, I got thirsty and went into the kitchen to grab something to drink. And when I returned to the living room, I noticed the blanket was on the floor, the same blanket I covered the clown with. So I said to myself, it must have slipped off and fell. So I picked it up and placed it back over the creepy clown. By this time, it was around 11 p.m., and I went to check on the kids to make sure they were all right. As I came back downstairs, I noticed right away the clown was gone, and I freaked out. So I looked around and saw nothing. Then suddenly something ran across the dining room. It was the clown. It ran into a nearby closet and shut the door. So I grabbed my phone and called the parents to tell them what happened. At the same time, I started going up the stairs to get the kids. As I was talking to the kid's dad, I mentioned the clown in the living room was alive. I mentioned the clown in the living room was alive. He said, "What clown? We don't have any clowns in the house." Just then, when I was going up the stairs, the clown was just standing at the top of the steps. It was looking at me. His face was wrinkled with pointy teeth. It looked more human. I was terrified, and I was wondering how I could save the kids. As scared as I was, I tried to get the clown to chase me. I started throwing things at it, hoping that it would come after me. And it did. It ran down the steps. Just before it got to me, I opened the closet door that was behind me. The clown ran in to the closet, and I locked the door. I ran upstairs, grabbed the kids, and left the house. We ran over to the neighbors and asked them to call 911. As the police arrived, I explained to them what happened. So they entered the house, looked in the closet, and it was gone. Till this day, I never seen that creepy clown again, but it might be still around. So watch out the next time you babysit. It might be in the house.